Alastair, I guess one of the talking points has been the fact that you've got Brett Ratton on your staff now. Is he able to give you any intelligence in the lead up to this one?
Yeah, he is about their players individually, but Carlton a very, very different side now that mix there, and we've got to recognise the talents that they've got in their side, because they've got a lot of talent, but also play to the system that we play, and hopefully that's good enough for us to get over the line tomorrow night.
Rats has kept a pretty low profile media-wise since he's been here. What does he bring to the team?
Listen, this isn't about Brett Ratton, this is about the Hawthorn Footy Club playing Carlton. Rats has been a great footy person, both as a player and as a coach, and we're fortunate to have him on our side at the moment, but it's more about us as a club versus their whole club, and we hopefully get the result done tomorrow night.
You performed really well coming off the bye last year. What's the most important thing to do when you come off? I mean, did you work the guys pretty hard last weekend?
Well, it's important to give them a little bit of a rest, Bruce, for 2 or 3 days, and that's what we did early last week. Because it's a Friday night game, we brought our players back into the club last Friday. So yeah, we don't really do anything too different. Our preparation's no different. Apart from the fact that we haven't played the week before, we just try and get them back into their normal routine as quickly as we can, and prepare just like we normally do. And the last couple of years we've come through the bye okay, but a different set of circumstances altogether again this year with a Carlton side that are going to be pretty keen to atone for last week's loss. You know, they probably should have won last week's game against Essendon. Played really well, were in control of the game for the greater part, but just couldn't get the job done in the end. Essendon are a classy side and hard to hold down for 4 quarters, so they'll be keen to atone tomorrow night, and we've got to make sure that we're ready for that.
Did you train them reasonably hard last weekend? They trained over the weekend?
They trained Friday and then had a recovery session on Saturday. So no, not overly hard, just our normal program really.
Yeah. Number of great players at Carlton, but when you sit down and do your research, how much weight do you put into Chris Judd's influence on?
Yeah, listen, he's been a super player for a long period of time. He's won both individual and club accolades, and played in obviously a premiership side over at West Coast, and captain of both clubs. He's a very, very decorated figure in our game, and it's great recognition of the service he's done to our game. Him playing 250 games, but we just hopefully he doesn't have a blinder tomorrow.
Parker, how deep is your list this year? How many guys you back down to this year perhaps compared to last season?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think we go a little bit deeper this year. We've had a lot of players over the last 2 or 3 years that for whatever reason just haven't been ready to play senior footy, and this year I feel like we've got a few more of those guys, and with the recruiting of Spanger and Simpkin from opposition clubs, in addition to Lake of course, but those guys have given us a little bit more depth as well. But having said that, we lost Murphy and Gillum and Young and a couple of others as well, so it sort of balances out a little bit. But just of the younger blokes, I feel like they're better prepared to play senior footy now that they've been on our list for 2 or 3 years.
Is Gunston ready to go again?
Yeah, he's available to play, and Bailey's available to play, so we'll have an interesting selection to limit the Savo, Bruce.
Was Franklin's, he wore the glove last time, was that because of figure sore, or was he just trying something out, and what's he going to do tomorrow night?
No, he's tried out the glove a couple of times, and it's something he'll try again from time to time. Whether he does tomorrow night, that'll depend on the conditions, and it's likely to be the roof on, I reckon, with this type of weather. So it's just as likely that he won't use it tomorrow night. So that'll be horses for courses, but some players use it and get great comfort out of using the glove as a marking player, and but at various stages we'll explore whether he uses it or doesn't.
Seeing Cyril run around out here must be pretty tempting, but still a couple of weeks away.
Yeah, he's in full training now, and it's really tempting as soon as you see him on the track kicking the balls around just to throw him straight in. But he's had a pretty serious hamstring injury, and he's got history with hamstrings, even though this is quite unrelated in terms of his previous hamstring injuries, with it being a little bit lower down. So we just want to make sure we get it right. We've been fortunate that we've been able to win games of footy without him, and we just want to make sure that when he does come back, that he's got a good conditioning block underneath him, and has that foundation so that he can play some good footy for us in the back end of the year.
9 straight wins against Carlton is pretty remarkable given the evenness of this competition, as all you guys point out. I mean, what do you put it down to?
Yeah, all we're really focused on is the next time we play them, Bruce, and their side's changed a fair bit, and obviously their coaching has changed in the last 12 months too. So we've got a new opponent in a sense for us this week, and we'll see how this one pans out.